What's up? It's your favorite boy to hate, the real deal. So, you know, I'm going through a lot right now. End-stage liver disease, caused by alpha-1 antitrypsin. It's a genetic disease. It's a serum imbalance, protein imbalance in your lung that can cause lung damage and disease, or lung damage and disease. Thankfully, I ain't got the lung one. It caused me to have liver disease, cirrhosis. They found it in the beginning, thank God, but it's been, 7 years to date since I've been diagnosed, and I'm end stage, which is stage 4. It's killed my father. I watched my father die from it. I took care of him on his deathbed, so that's another reason why I'm a little bit more scared than another person would be, because I've been through it. I've seen my own death already. And see, my grandmother died from it, his mother. The only difference is my dad was a very bad alcoholic. Yes, he did have the alpha-1 gene, which I said is genetic, which his mother had, my grandmother who died, which was no alcoholic or had no diseases, no nothing. It was just the genetic, the imbalance in her body, and it's passed down generation to generation. It's a generational curse, I guess. And my dad was only 45 when he passed away, and he's my best friend. I tried to, I tried through my life not to follow in his footsteps. He was a very abusive man when I was a young kid. Beat my mom, beat me, let us starve, and had a pocket full of money from dealing dope. We'd have biker gangs coming to our house all the time. I had our house almost shot up. Bikers revving their bikes up and surrounding our house, and these ain't no fucking joke bikers. These were hell angels. These were the top of the top 1%ers out there that you don't fuck with. You don't fuck with 1%ers. You don't do it, especially Hell's Angels. And my dad was one of them flippy lips in them days that didn't give a motherfucker. He was an island boy, right? He's a strong motherfucker, let me tell you that, because on his deathbed, that boy went through some shit. He wasn't in his right mind, because I'm going to get to that. He was out of it, because with end-stage liver disease, once you get really, really bad and you're bedridden, because I will be bedridden eventually, you'll get dementia. You'll forget who you are. You forget who your loved ones are. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask for this disease. I didn't get it from drugs, as I'm a recovering drug addict. And, I've been sober 3 years. And it took me a while to really realize that they were killing me even quicker. And, I'm human, you know what I'm saying? I ain't nothing else but a human being. Not perfect. Nobody is. And I can't judge others because I don't want judged. So who am I to judge you for anything that you do? I don't care what it is. Even murder, I can't judge you. God will judge you. I can have an opinion on you, but I can't judge you. You know what I'm saying? And, the things that you deal with on a daily basis is you will get varicose veins, which are your veins inside your throat and your stomach that start bulging inside and out, and they get really, really thin, and they're very, very fragile. So you can get a GI bleed or bleed very easily. So you're not allowed to be screaming, stressing, pushing. You're not allowed to push to poop, nothing. You can't do that. And then you got my spleen. It's 28 inches, and our spleen's only supposed to be 13. It is crushing my left kidney. I gotta be very careful. I cannot get hit. I can't get into fights. I can't get into a wreck. I can't fall. If I do fall and it's too hard, it will rupture. Like, all it takes is a slight hit of pressure to me anywhere here, and I'll die within 10 seconds. My spleen ruptures, I'll bleed out within 10 seconds, literally. It's like an oil filter on a car. When it blows out, what happens? The oil runs right out. Exactly. So, and then, there's fatigue, severe fatigue. I have to deal with blood clots right now, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of sickness. I've been in intensive care unit many of times, from having sepsis and infections in my fluid in my stomach, because I retain fluid, because the liver that has over 1,000 jobs itself a day. It's what keeps most of our body working. It is one of the most vital, if not the most vital organ besides the heart and the brain. And what bothers me is I could have a live donor, and this hospital is messing around, doctors are messing around. I don't have a lot of support. I don't have family. I have my mom. The poor woman tries. She's not Superwoman. I have no friends, because people today are cruel, and we're not poor, but we're not rich, and by all means, this isn't a very expensive journey between traveling back and forth, because I live in Butler, Pennsylvania, and I gotta drive to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at least 5 times a month, on top of several other appointments that all stem for me to save my life. On top of always being sick, feeling sick, never having a moment of relief of any day. When I get on here and make videos and that, and hoping that my story will touch somebody, help somebody. Maybe somebody will see it and have the means and the money and want to be a live donor for me, and can afford to, if they're out of state, to come here and do that, or live in my state. Just anything. I want to, if something by God's good grace, regardless if I make it or I don't, I want to leave something here better than what I did before in my life. Jails, institution, prison, drugs, hustling, just things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? It was about that life, and God slowed me down. People can laugh about it all they want. You know what? A real man will speak the truth at any given time to any given person, no matter the judgment that will come his way, especially if it's something he believes in. And with that being said, I'm really getting tired of waking up in the morning and seeing this fucking racism bullshit. If you're a white person and you have hate in your heart for a black man or woman, or a Mexican man or woman, or an Italian man or woman, or anybody that is not your race, your is what the problem is in this world. Not them, not us. You. You are the problem. You're white, privileged, snobby, thinking that you are better than everybody because of the color of your skin. Man, I don't know how you were brought up, if you was dropped on your head as a baby, but there's something wrong with you, homie. That's the problem with the world today. Everybody wants to hate and discriminate. I'm part Mexican, okay? You know what I'm saying? I ain't from Mexico. You know, my grandpa was full-blooded Mexican. My dad was white and Mexican, and I'm white and Mexican, and some Italian, whatever. But the point being is, minorities in this country are the reason this country is good. Alright? And who are you people to judge somebody because they're in the gutter, or they're from the hood, or they're this killer, so we better stay away, they might hurt us. Like, that's the misconception of the fucking world. Why don't you go walk through the hood? See how fucking long you last down there. You people would last a lot longer if you would treat people in the world like they were human beings. Maybe if the government would quit slanging the drugs. You sit there and talk about drug dealers. There's drug dealers of every race, man. Every race. But you're gonna sit there and talk about drug dealers slanging to make money because their belly hurts and their kids need diapers. I ain't hating on that. I don't believe in selling that devil shit anymore. I hate the devil shit. But I understand that some people are put in a situation to where they have to do what they have to do. And you can't judge somebody because the reason this shit is there is the government. You think guns and drugs just appear out of nowhere? You think drug runners and gun runners, you think they just get this shit across state lines and across through customs and different countries and shit without our government knowing, with all the surveillance and shit, all this high-tech shit in the world? Like, come on. Wake up, people. Wake up. So, it's not them or us who's the problem. It's the elite, the government. The people, the evil of the world. See, I'm a Christian man. And sometimes I'm afraid to say that because there are a lot of Christians out there that are fake. That will judge people, make them feel unwanted, tell them they're going to hell if they're gay, if they're this, if they're that. No. A real Christian truly does not judge a person. They don't have to agree with their actions, or, you know, I don't agree with people being gay. I believe it should only be a man and a woman, but I'm not going to disrespect somebody or not treat them like a human or love them all the same, because that's between them and God. I'll let them know, you know, hey, I'm cool, just don't hit on me, don't fuck with me like that, and we're cool. I don't agree with it, but I don't hate you neither. Don't hate, but don't participate. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just getting really sick and tired of that, and I'm really getting sick and tired of seeing cops shoot unarmed men and women of color and getting away with it. It's gotta stop. It's really gotta stop. Like, and it's not, nobody needs to be pointing fingers at who's to blame and who's not to blame anymore. Let's all come together. Let's find a solution. Let's start loving again. Let's start bringing forgiveness into our hearts. Let's bring love back into our heart and soul. Let's say, look, man, what's your real problem with me? What is the problem with us? What is the deal? Why do people have, like, real will always sit down and hash out shit? Because at the end of the day, we all need each other in society. Strangers alike are the same. You know how many homeless people there are, and people walk down the street right by them and give them not a second look? What kind of shit is that, man? That could be your family. That could be you. Just because you're okay now don't mean you're always going to be, and you wonder why some people stay on the street and they don't take help when they're offered help, because they're judged and ridiculed and looked down on, just like a felon that goes to prison. That like the guy, like, there should be things in place to help people, and there ain't, and then people wonder why and have an opinion and put everybody down when they're out there committing crimes or doing things, but yet there ain't nothing in place to help people. Like, we gotta help, especially this youth. They're lost, man. They're out there doing stuff that, shit, I mean, I did shit when I was young and dumb and full of cum, I'm telling you. But damn, man, like, come on, there's a limit to being dumb. There's dumb, and then there's respect, responsibility, and loyalty. And what you all little knuckleheads are doing, I don't even know what to fucking call it, because it's just disgraceful. Knocking out elderly people for points on a game, beating homeless people, sleeping on the street with metal pipes. Like, what? Popping drugs like it ain't nothing. I've done more dope than any of you motherfuckers could ever dream of. And that ain't a brag. That's to tell you that, thank God, I'm still here from that. So, this is your boy, Brill Dill. Stay up. Always love. Don't hate. Don't participate in hate. One love.